100,000 years ago, there were people who stayed by the campfire and people who wandered. I'm pretty sure I'm a direct descendant of the wandering type.
What is the deal with Reacher? Have you watched Reacher? All right, so if you haven't watched Reacher, I'm going to try not to do any spoilers, although the show is pretty, it's a pretty simple show, so there's not going to be a lot of things in there that you're not going to figure out, but I'm going to try to not do any spoilers if you haven't watched it. But if you have watched it, what is the deal with Reacher? I don't understand what this show is. First, I have to say that I think the show, it has something going on. I watched the first season. I am up to date with the current season, but I also think that it's super, super cheesy and really, really bad.
Nice place.
Motel 6 was booked.
This is like a Motel 2.
But I can't stop watching. And I don't understand. I don't understand why. And I also don't understand what they're thinking. Like, what? I don't understand what they're trying to go for. And I've been reading up about it and people's thoughts and opinions. And I think there's a lot of people in the same boat as me where they just don't understand why it feels so corny and cheesy and just, outright bad. But you still watch it. So I'm not familiar with Lee Childs as a writer or any of these books. The only other exposure I had to Jack Reacher was the Tom Cruise movie, which I liked. I generally tend to like Tom Cruise movies, and I thought that was a pretty good action movie. But I guess a lot of people had hang-ups with how, the writing was a little different, the dialogue, and what was going on in the movie was different. And how Tom Cruise wasn't like 6'5" and 300 pounds or whatever, like Alan Ritchson is on the show, on Reacher. And I understand why they did that on the Tom Cruise movie, because it's not believable. None of this is believable. You have this guy who's super smart. He's like super quick. It's not just smart, but he's like quick about it.
Only one bus runs on this line, and you didn't take the last one because your marks were bad. One guy had a locked briefcase, the other two didn't have anything. Woman at the end of this bench has an unclasped purse. 4-year-old taking up most of her attention. Easy pickings.
The smartest guy in the room. He's decorated with all the medals that you could get.
Your record is impressive. West Point graduate, 2 silver stars, Purple Heart.
He's a good guy, I guess, but he'll kill people left and right in the show, so I don't know how good of a guy he is, really. It's just like too much. Like, it's way too much. And he's like this giant with all these muscles. And it just, it's just not very believable at all, to me at least. But I think that's kind of the draw in the books, that he's like this like superhero that's not really a superhero, that's like a normal person, but it's actually kind of a superhero. And I think that might be what they're going for, but they might be going a little too literal with this. They might follow the books too closely because the dialogue is super corny.
Salute.
What are we celebrating here?
After today, how about breathing?
And the way that every actor delivers their lines is really, really corny and cheesy, and to the point where it's like bad. But I don't think these are bad actors. So I don't know if that's like the vibe they're going for, if they're doing it on purpose or not. But everything is like just the script. Like the script is just so convenient. Everything is super convenient. Everything is right there where they need it to be, or things are not there when they don't need them to be. Like in this season, this compound that he's staying at doesn't have any cameras around, which is odd. But I guess if they had a bunch of cameras, they'd have to find a way to write around that every time he sneaks out of his room at night. So, of course, there's no cameras on this compound that's run by these bad guys, which just makes no sense. There would be cameras everywhere. So there's all these like super convenient things all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, what do you think? Like, are you watching? Did you watch the first season? Are you watching this season? Do you agree? Is it? But if you do agree and you're watching, like I am watching, why can't we look away? Is it kind of like is it like a train wreck that we can't look away? It's so bad that you gotta watch? Or is there something else there? And I can't, yeah, I can't put my finger on it. It's like, I'm gonna watch this whole season, but I know what's gonna happen. It's because, you know, it's a very simple show. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Reacher. I don't know. I'd love to hear what you think. Because I just, yeah, again, I cannot just... What's the deal with Reacher? I don't know. And it seems to be doing well. It's like topping the list on Amazon. So they're putting money into this. They're putting money into Reacher, so it must be doing well for them. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, because I honestly cannot comprehend what the deal with Reacher is. I watch it, but I also think it's terrible. But I just keep watching. So I would love to hear what you think about Reacher if you have watched it.